Hey, Kathy, I got good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
This may be unconventional, but let's hear the good news first for a change.
All right, good news it is. I'm going shopping with my mom.
Oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. When are you going?
Actually, that's the bad news.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, but Mom says she wants to go today.
No way. Daryl, are you kidding me? You're going shopping with her today of all days?
I know, you don't have to tell me. I know today was the day we were supposed to go talk with the wedding planner.
If you knew that, then why did you say yes? Couldn't you have done shopping with your mom another day?
I said I was sorry. There was no way I could reschedule this shopping trip.
Why not?
Because Mom said she wanted to go today.
Why?
I don't know, she just said she wanted to go today, that's all I know. So yeah, how can I reschedule it if she wanted to go today?
Hold on. You're saying that the reason you couldn't reschedule to another day is because your mom wanted to go shopping today? Like, that's it? It's nothing urgent, there's no rush. She just wanted to go today, so you're going today? Am I missing something?
I don't know what there is to miss. This is my mom we're talking about, Kathy. The woman who gave birth to me, raised me, made me who I am today. She's my family.
Aren't we getting married? Doesn't that make us family?
We're not married yet, are we?
What, so once we officially tie the knot, then you'll start prioritizing your commitments to me?
And that depends.
It depends on what?
It depends on whether I need to prioritize my family or not.
Okay, now you've lost me. You said we're not married yet, so I'm not your family yet, but you won't give me priority over your mom even after we get married?
That's how family works, Kathy. Haven't you ever heard the expression, blood is thicker than water?
For the record, the original meaning of that expression is the opposite of how you're intending to use it, but that's beside the point. So there's no way you can reschedule this shopping trip with your mom then?
Not a chance. Mom says today, so we're going today.
Fine, we'll just have to reschedule the meeting with the wedding planner.
Are you insane? The wedding is in 2 months. We don't have the time to reschedule for a later date.
Are you telling me I have to go by myself?
Yeah, is that a problem?
Of course it's a problem. This is supposed to be our wedding, isn't it?
And it's gonna be. I trust you to make the right decisions about everything, Kathy. I mean, what even is there to plan? You get a white dress, I get a black tuxedo. What else is there?
A ton of stuff. We need to choose the decorations, reception meal, invitation designs. I can't do this all by myself.
Well, you're gonna have to because Mom just pulled up in the car, so we're out of here. See you later, Kathy. Have fun talking with the wedding planner.
Hey there, Kathy. Listen, dear, I'm so sorry about taking Daryl shopping with me last week, but I just couldn't go shopping without him. I needed someone to carry all my bags for me. You pulled Daryl away from the meeting with the wedding planner just to carry your bags? When you're as wealthy as our family, a simple shopping trip can end up requiring a moving van to bring it all home. Not that you know anything about that. Right. So, did you get everything settled with the wedding then? Not quite. Let's just say there's a lot of work to do before this wedding happens. A lot of work. You wait all afternoon to discuss things with her, though. Oh well, you'll just have to make time to meet with her again. Did you at least get your wedding dress picked out? No, we never got around to that. But the wedding dress is the most important thing in the wedding. That should have been your first priority. Well, without Daryl there, it was difficult to move the conversation along. No matter, I've got the perfect solution for you. You can wear my dress. Your dress? You mean the one that you wore at your wedding? That's right, dear. It's only ever been used once, and it's been sitting untouched in my closet ever since. I see. Well, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not so sure that would work out. Nonsense, it'll be great. It may smell a teensy-weensy bit like mothballs, but that only adds to the character of the dress, I'd say. It's sure to leave an impression at any rate. And isn't vintage clothing all the rage with the youth these days? I'm pretty sure my idea of vintage and yours are a few decades apart. Oh, and did I mention it was made by a famous designer? It cost me over $10,000 when I bought it, and that was 30 years ago. Oh, one more thing I should probably tell you. There are a few holes in it, but that's nothing that can't be stitched up. No one will even notice. Karen, I'm really grateful for you to offer to let me use your dress, but really, it's all right. When I get married, I want to be wearing a dress that I picked out for myself. Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. Let's try that again. Kathy, you are going to wear my dress to your wedding. Again, thank you for the kind offer, but I'm going to choose my own dress. That wasn't an offer. It was an order. Excuse me? I mean, really, who do you think you are, turning down my generosity like a pretentious little brat? That's uncalled for, Karen. If I'm being honest, I've seen pictures of your wedding, and I don't think your dress would look good on me. That's all. How dare you! You commoners are all the same. You wouldn't know high fashion if Coco Chanel personally came up and slapped you in the face. This is my son's wedding, and I will not allow you to wear some dress you bought at a sale at a department store. What do you mean, commoner? What is this, medieval Europe? You know exactly what I mean. Our family is a long line of successful entrepreneurs. Daryl has a high-paying job at an industrial giant, and one day he'll inherit our family's estate. And what are you doing with your life, Kathy? Daryl doesn't tell me much about your work, but I do know that you've been hopping from company to company on almost a monthly basis. I take it you've never heard of a freelancer, then? Is that what you young people call being a rolling stone these days? Not exactly. But anyway, this conversation has gone way off the rails. I'm not going to wear your wedding dress, Karen. That's all I have to say on the subject. You are in no position to say no to me. That Daryl, what was he thinking proposing to a girl like you? You're poor, you have no taste, you're insolent and ungrateful. He could have had any woman he wanted. Well, excuse me for being such a hot commodity. I'll have you know Daryl was the one who made the first move in our relationship. I was at a party when he came up to me and said he saw me from across the room, thought I was beautiful, and asked me out to dinner. But what really sealed the deal was when I cooked dinner for him at my place. He told me it was the best food he'd ever eaten. Better than yours, actually. So while you may not see any appeal in me, your son sure did. I don't believe that for 1 second. You, a better cook than me? Not a chance. If you don't believe me, you can ask him yourself. I'm a pretty good cook. I bet you had someone else cook it for you. What's that new app thingy called? Super Feats? It's Uber Eats, Karen. Whatever it's called, I don't care. The point is, you must have used some kind of trickery to make Daryl fall for you. Your feminine wiles may have worked on him, but I'm no fool. I see right through you. Don't forget that I can make my son do whatever I want him to. Trust me, I'm aware of that. Good, then you're aware that if I tell him to break up with you, your engagement is over. If you want to hold on to your dream of living on my family's money, then you had better watch your tongue. Good morning, Kathy. I'm sure you're wondering why we're not at the wedding, aren't you? Well, there's a very good reason for that. We all decided to go on vacation. You what? Me and my husband and my son are all in Hawaii. I can't believe this. Today is the wedding. You can't expect me to believe you forgot. No, we were all very aware the wedding was today when we bought our tickets. Okay, so you knew the wedding was today and you went on vacation anyway? Why would you do that? I know someone of your low stature may never understand this, but there's more to life than silly ceremonies. Silly ceremony? You think your son's wedding is a silly ceremony? Obviously, dear. The whole thought of my son marrying a shrill harpy from the slums is so utterly ridiculous it borders on comical. But even if you were someone of any real importance, family is still the most important thing in this world. Ah, I see where Daryl got his ideas on marriage from. So you're under the impression that someone's birth family is more important than their spouse, is that right? It's simply the natural law of the world. I gave birth to him, Kathy. There is nothing you could ever do to make him love you more than me. You should get used to the fact as soon as possible, since you'll be his wife sooner or later. Sooner or later, huh? Well, seeing as you guys are in Hawaii right now, I guess it's looking to be more on the later side. I mean, I have to say, this is just astonishing. I'm almost too shocked to be angry at you. What possible excuse could you have to plan a vacation for the day of your son's wedding? Please, I'm just dying to hear any justification you have. You sound like such a Taurus right now. Oh, no. Oh, please, no. Tell me this doesn't have anything to do with astrology. Everything has to do with astrology, you uncultured fool. The horoscope was clear. Today was a good day for traveling. The second I read this week's newspaper, I went out and bought the tickets for all three of us. Without even talking to Daryl first? Why bother? He's my son. I know he would never disobey me. And sure enough, when I told him we were going on vacation, he immediately spoke to his superior and got his paid time off approved. We've spent the last few days discussing all the fun, adventurous things we want to do while we're here. I'm glad to hear the three of you have such good communication. Tell me, Karen, at any point in the last few days while you were discussing your wonderful Hawaiian vacation, did you ever think to tell anyone else about your trip? I'm confused. Who else would we tell? I don't know. How about me? You know, the person who was supposed to marry your son today? Oh, well, I guess we must have forgotten about you. Sorry about that. Don't worry, though. This was meant to be. It was written in the stars that my family would go on this vacation. You might be upset about that now, but I'm sure that something good will come out of all this. One day you'll come to be grateful that we took this vacation. We'll see about that. And what about the guests? What about them? What am I supposed to tell them? They're all gathered at the chapel right now, waiting for the wedding to start. What are you going to do about them? I don't care. Tell them whatever you'd like. No one from our side of the family is there. It's all your relatives. So you're not concerned that my relatives all went out of their way to come to a wedding that is now going to be canceled? Some people traveled to be here. Others took time off of work. Yes, and? Your family is nothing but menial laborers. If they did important jobs like my Daryl, maybe it would merit an apology, but they should be thanking me if anything. They're free to spend the rest of the day doing whatever they'd like now that the wedding is canceled. Tell them they can go home and drink or watch football or whatever it is that you poor people do on your days off. Okay, I've heard enough of your disgusting lies about my family. My family are not poor, and they do not spend their days off drinking and watching football. But that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part is that you are severely prejudiced against people less fortunate than you. You were born into a wealthy family. Congratulations, you won the genetic lottery. Some people, however, had to work for what they have in life. My parents were both born poor, but they started their own business. That business grew and grew and grew, and they're doing quite well for themselves now. Oh, congratulations. How's the lawn service business doing? I bet you're mowing at least 3 lawns a week. Enough. You owe me and my entire family an apology this instant. I don't owe you or your family anything. You owe me and my family for paying the taxes that keep you alive. What is wrong with you? I've told you so many times, we're not poor. Your pathetic lies won't work on me, Kathy. I know what you are, and I always have. I will not apologize to you because I've done nothing wrong. Now hurry up and tell the wedding staff that the wedding is canceled. You're the ones who are canceling it, not me. You talk to them. I have much better things to do with my time, like getting a massage, eating tropical fruits, basking in the glorious Hawaiian sun. You really are something else, Karen. You, Daryl, and your whole family, you're all sick. Nonsense, we're not sick. We've never felt better. The tropical breeze here really soothes the body and soul. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm off to enjoy the scenery now. Tell the staff and guests the wedding is canceled. What wedding? What other wedding is there? Your wedding. My wedding? Why would I have a wedding today? Whatever game you're playing, I'm not interested. It's no game. What, were you under the impression Daryl and I were getting married? Why would we be getting married when he never even proposed? He never... What? Daryl never proposed. And there was never going to be a wedding today, so there's nothing to cancel. But you just said about my family being here. Yeah, that was a lie. Daryl never asked me to marry him, so I never reserved a venue, caterer, nothing. But that's impossible. Then why did you go to the wedding planner? Beats me. One day, Daryl suddenly started acting as though we were getting married. That was surprising to me, considering, once again, he never asked me and I never said yes, but I just kind of went along with it. Then one day, he told me he made a reservation to talk with the wedding planner. That was the day you took him shopping. I told you we didn't get much planned, right? That's because we spent the entire meeting on a different subject. What in the world were you talking about then? How big of a jerk Daryl is. What? I told her how he never proposed, he just kept pushing me along toward marriage, and I didn't know what to do about it. So we talked about our relationship for a while, and at the end she told me, Kathy, you need to walk away from this relationship as soon as possible. And you know what? She is right. I don't want to marry an insensitive jerk like him. I wouldn't put up with your family's toxicity even if I did want any of your money. But I don't need it, so I'm leaving. Enjoy your vacation. Kathy, wait! I don't understand!
You're wrong, Kathy. I did propose to you. Why would you deny that? Don't you remember the night we went to that fireworks show? I bought the best, most expensive seats they had. We were the closest to the launch area of anyone in the crowd. Then during the finale, they did that crazy thing where there were like 20 things shooting off at the same time, and that was when I proposed. I said, clear as day, let's get married.
You did? That's odd. I don't remember hearing you say that at all.
You what? I asked you to be my wife and you weren't even listening to me?
Reread the texts you just sent me about the fireworks show, and it should all become clear to you.
I read everything again and I still don't get it.
Oh, for the love of... I couldn't hear myself think during that finale. Like you said, there were dozens of things exploding at the same time, practically right above our heads.
You should have been paying more attention to me. What's more important, me or the fireworks?
During the finale? The fireworks! Regardless of whether I heard you or not, I definitely didn't say yes.
Yes, you did!
When? How? Did I ever say, yes, Daryl, I want to marry you?
No, but you smiled.
And?
You smiled right when I said, let's get married. I thought that you had heard me, but you were just too shy to say the words.
No way. You took a smile during the fireworks show as me saying yes to getting married?
What else was I supposed to think?
That I was enjoying the show. I wasn't even looking at you, was I?
Well, no, but still.
But nothing, Daryl. Look, whether you proposed to me or not is really not the issue anymore. Let's say for a second that you did everything right. You got down on one knee, looked me in the eyes, whipped out a ring, and said, will you marry me? Let's even say, for the purpose of the argument, that I said yes and meant it. After the events of these past few months, I would have broken off the engagement anyway.
What? How can you say that? What have I done to you that would make you want to break up with me?
Oh boy, how much time do you have? Sit down, this'll be a while. The only work you did regarding the wedding was to make the reservation with the planner. You pushed all the other work onto me. You never even sat down and looked at the pamphlets you picked up together with me. Then you blew off the reservation you made to go shopping with your mom?
But I thought that weddings were more of a woman's thing. Don't women like to have everything exactly how they wanted it? I was footing the bill for it so you could have whatever kind of wedding you wanted.
No, sorry, that excuse isn't gonna fly with me. You didn't make me do all of the work out of concern for my wishes. You were just being lazy. You never even asked me about what we talked about when I went to see the planner. You were clearly indifferent to the whole thing and insensitive to me. I would never marry a man who is so inconsiderate of me and my feelings as you are.
Kathy, please, I do care about your feelings. Why won't you believe me?
You told me I still wouldn't get priority over your mom even after we got married.
Yeah, but we already had that talk. Family comes first.
Oh yeah, I learned all about your family's bizarre notions of marriage and family life. You're exactly like your mother. I don't want anything to do with your family.
Look, I messed up, I know, but I can do better.
No, Daryl, I really don't think you can. Give it up. I will never marry you. Enjoy your vacation, Daryl. This is goodbye. I just heard about everything from Daryl. I can't believe you didn't actually hear him propose. I already talked about this enough for one day, Karen. I'd like to move on with my life now, if that's all right. It's all water under the bridge. We do have one final bit of unfinished business, however. Stop sending me that dress. I am not going to wear it to marry your son or any other man. I have spent far too much on return shipping as it is. I was only trying to be helpful. You know what would be helpful? If you could stop harassing the hotel staff. Harassing? I'm not harassing anyone. You've been doing nothing but making ridiculous demands from the hotel staff since you arrived and screaming your head off at them when they decline. You asked for free dinners, free upgrades, free room service, and more perks because your son is getting married. He's not anymore, but even if the wedding were still on, that wouldn't entitle you to free room and board. I didn't ask for that much. You even asked them to knock 50% off the price of your stay because Daryl might come back there for his honeymoon. Hey, wait a second. How do you know all of this? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, I would. Now tell me. My parents own that hotel. You're lying. Well, to be more accurate, their company owns the hotel. They operate the one you're staying at and a couple others in Hawaii. Not to mention a bunch more all across the country. And to think back, it all started with buying an old bed and breakfast and renovating it. You're serious, aren't you? But if that's true, then your parents must be some of the wealthiest people on the planet. They're 1%ers at any rate. Why didn't you ever tell me about them? I don't know. You never asked. I doubt you'd believe me even if I had told you. You were so committed to holding this image of me as being some poor girl from the slums until my knight in shining armor Daryl came to sweep me off my feet. So you'll have to understand why I didn't talk to you very much about my family after you spent all that time belittling them before even meeting them. You had no right to keep that from me. I absolutely did, but while we're at it, would you like to hear more about my job? I'm a freelance hotel management consultant. That's why I kept going from hotel to hotel, because I would get hired to consult for them on a specific issue, and when the job was done, I moved on. I'm doing this as a sort of training program for when I one day take over my parents' empire of hotels. I've done consulting work in just about all the major tourism destinations in the country by now. It's a great experience. You're kidding. You are going to run the business? Who would be better than me? I've been working with my mom and dad from the very beginning. I started out sweeping up the floors in their first bed and breakfast after school, and look at me now. So, Karen, did I convince you yet that I'm not poor? Yes, you have. You know, I will admit one thing. You might have just convinced me about astrology. Your horoscope was 100% right. Something good did come out of your vacation. I am finally rid of your psycho family. It never quite sunk in for Daryl that I was through with him. He kept on messaging me for weeks on end about being sorry and begging me to take him back. In the end, I just turned off notifications for his texts and calls. He can continue to shout into the void if he wants. His mom did the same thing, begging me to take Daryl back. She was even generous enough to buy me a brand new dress, any dress I wanted. Her, I blocked. You won't be surprised to hear that Karen blamed the breakup of the non-engagement on me when she explained everything to her relatives. But somehow word got around to them about, everything. About the proposal that never happened, the way Karen tried to force me to wear her ragged old dress, the way they went to Hawaii on the day of the wedding. It wasn't me, honest. Well, maybe it was me. But now their relatives are starting to call and visit much less than they did before.
Hey, Gwen? That last time, what hospital were you admitted to again? I remember there being that really famous doctor and everything there, right?
Huh? Joel, why are you asking me about that? The last time we even talked was 3 years ago, just before you went and divorced me. And since then, you haven't said one thing to me.
Has it really been that long since the divorce?
Yeah, it happened because you were cheating on me with my sister Elaine.
Is that what happened then?
So what is this all about? You were looking for the hospital that I went to back then? I didn't think stupid people like yourself could get sick with anything, but I guess even memoryless idiots can get ill, huh?
Nice one. Well, this time it's not me that needs to go to the hospital, though. It's your sister Elaine that's not feeling well at all right now.
Wait, what? Mika's the one who's sick?
She went and had a health exam done on herself, and something pretty serious came up when she did. The doctor at the clinic told her she needs to have more tests done on her to pinpoint what's wrong, and so I was thinking of taking her to the hospital you went to. See, I'm really worried about her right now, and I need her to go to the best hospital there is in this region.
I see. Well, how considerate of you, Joel. I remember when I had that bad collapse from overworking and you just told me to suck it up and deal with being that sick.
Well, you didn't have some kind of really bad illness.
And in the end, my condition only worsened until I had to be rushed to the hospital and taken for scans.
And it cost a lot of money to pay for those scans, didn't it?
Do you know why I was so sick, Joel? Because I had to work my butt off to pay your debts. You never wanted to tell me about how you secretly got into gambling and racked up such a debt, and that led to me having to work from sunrise to sunset every single day trying to get the money you needed. And yet when my body couldn't take any more of the abuse and I was sent to the hospital, you never once came to visit me.
And? What good would visiting you have done again? It's not like me being there with you would have cured whatever was wrong, and it sure wasn't gonna help me pay off my debts.
Don't be so ridiculous, Joel. While I was in the hospital after being overworked because of you, you were out cheating on me with Elaine. I don't even think you were going to work anymore to help pay off your debt. And a long time later, when you finally came to visit me there, all you wanted to do was talk about getting a divorce after you threw those papers on me.
All right, I remember that happening too. I remember you were just lying there doing nothing at all in that hospital bed, and the moment I pulled those papers out, you began to bawl. Seeing that ugly crying face you had then made me laugh so much inside.
What?
I'm telling you right now, Gwen, a woman who collapses from putting in a little bit of extra work deserves to be left. When it came to your sister Elaine, she was able to pay off all that debt I was in no time. Being with a career-based woman working for a massive company is the best. Because she's working so much, I was able to quit my job and I'm a stay-at-home husband now.
That's right. I had heard about how the two of you got married, but I never expected that you'd quit your job and become a stay-at-home husband afterwards.
Well, Elaine is the one supporting me now, so that means if her health isn't at 100%, then I need to get her back to that pronto, which means I need you to tell me the name of that hospital you went to so that I can get her there for testing.
Help me, Gwen. I don't know what to do about all this anymore. First, I had to talk with Joel again, and now I'm having to hear from you? What is going on with you two? Why do you both keep on texting me about all your strange crap now? Don't call it stranger crap. I am seriously in need of your help over here, Gwen. I was diagnosed with a serious illness, and it's going to require me to get a kidney transplant. You're going to have a kidney replaced? The other day, Joel was telling me about how you had some health issues and needed to get more testing. But I didn't think things would get that bad for you. Right? I told him the hospital I went to before, and after that, he had finally shut up. And we went there. Did you end up getting all the testing done that you needed? Yes, and the doctor insisted that I start looking for someone to be my donor right away after what he discovered. Thankfully, Joel was being very proactive by saying we needed to get those tests done right away, or who knows how long I would have waited on them. But anyway, it turns out that both of my kidneys are screwed and I'll need to get at least one new one to beat this disease. I see. I knew that something was wrong because I had noticed some swelling at my sides, but I never thought I'd have a life-threatening disease. Well, having 2 diseased kidneys is a very serious thing. And for a lot of people, they don't ever beat the illness in time. And that's why they're saying I need to get a kidney transplant as soon as possible, Gwen. They've been giving me some medication and such to slow down the progress, but I need a new kidney soon or else I'm going to be stuck on a dialysis machine for life. So please, Gwen, could you give me one of your kidneys? What was that? What makes you think I want to give you one of my precious kidneys? You're the only person I can ask for this. And it's not like you only have 1 kidney, you have 2. So? Right now, your cute little sister is in serious trouble and needs one of those 2 kidneys you have. So as my big sister, you have to help me, right? You're going to ask for my help right now after what you did to me 3 years ago? Why don't you ask your husband now for one of his kidneys? He has to have 2 healthy ones as well, right? I can't ask him to do something like this for me. But I thought you and him were destined for one another, and that's why you stole him from me. With such a strong fate as that, he must be the one to give you one of his kidneys. That's impossible for him, though, and that's why I'm not going to ask him. Are you worried that he might leave you if you ask? As someone who's experienced him firsthand, I know what the asshole is like. And since you were dating him at the time I was hospitalized, you should be aware of the kind of man he is as well, right? Well, it's not my fault he went for me while you were sick. He told me he hated troublesome women, and that's why he made the move on me first, and we started dating from then on. Bingo! Gwen, I cannot tell someone like Joel how serious things are. Are you afraid that he'll do the same thing to you as he did to me then? Worried that maybe while you're in the hospital he's going to find yet another woman and replace you? I don't think he'll be able to because he loves the money that I earn him, you know that. But there's always a chance he might. A big chance, I think. I heard about how Joel turned into a stay-at-home husband after you both got married. He told me about how you have this really good job that pays well and that he wanted to stay home to support you. But if you're going to be hospitalized for some time now, you won't be able to work and make that money he loves you for. And if that happens, he's going to want to move on to another woman, right? But he shouldn't. But he will. Can't you see he's the kind of unfaithful trash that is willing to replace his wife the moment something goes wrong with her? If he runs into an even more successful woman than you while you're in the hospital, you can kiss your husband goodbye. But I don't want him to leave me. Then your only option is to ask him to give you one of his kidneys so you can get over that disease right now. But having to do that would be a big deal for him, and he doesn't like that. So you're going to have to figure out things soon before you become too weak and end up in the hospital like I did, and before he leaves you and you lose your chance of getting a new kidney. But, Gwen, I can't tell him about it. I really want to tell him how serious this all is, but I'm afraid. I can't trust that he'll stay by my side throughout all of this completely anymore. Well, that's too bad. It's really sad that you can't trust the man you married to love you, but that's what you get for what you did to me. Now, if you're really not going to be able to tell him about what's wrong with you, you're going to have to hide it and hope someone else along the way gives you a kidney. There isn't going to be anyone else because I'll be placed on this long list of waiting patients, and who knows how many years that will take. That's why I'm asking you now to give me one of yours, please. And I'll say this one more time. Absolutely not. I hope you find the courage to talk with Joel about this soon, Elaine. Come on now, Gwen. I'm asking you to please give me one of them. Don't you want to help your poor little sister who's in trouble right now? I can sympathize with you for being ill and all, but I do not feel bad for you one bit. Also, I don't even have to help you now, considering you're not like family to me anymore. Now, goodbye forever, Elaine. I wish you the best of luck getting over that illness. No way!
You get to this hospital right now! Gwen, come here and give her one of your kidneys right now. You heard from both myself and your sister about how ill she is and that she'll need a transplant now. She even asked you to give up one of yours, but you refused her, right? Why did you refuse her?
Well, it seems that Elaine was able to tell you about how sick she is. Why don't you go ahead and give her one of your kidneys, Joel? She is your beloved wife, after all, and is suffering through a lot. Why don't you go ahead and give her a kidney to show her how much you love her?
I can't donate one of my kidneys to her. Are you serious?
What do you mean by you can't? I already looked this up, and online it said you don't have to have the same blood type even to donate to another person. So as her husband, you shouldn't have any problem at all giving her one of yours, right?
The problem isn't the blood type, but me. I can't handle getting on the operating table and having surgery like that done. I know that we all have two kidneys, but the thought of having to lose one of mine really scares me. Having two of them reduced down to one is like losing my life by half.
But from what I've heard, you can live just fine with only one.
But here's the thing, I don't care how close the person to me is that's sick, I don't want to have to give up one of my own kidneys to save them. Even if it's not going to harm me in any way to lose one, I want to keep it.
You really are just as cold-hearted as the day you left me, even towards your ill wife.
You're the cold-hearted one, Gwen. You're her older sister of all people, and yet you're just going to abandon her? It should be you giving her your kidney, not me.
You're despicable to me for asking someone else to give up their kidney because you're too selfish to let go of one of your own. And what makes all of this even more annoying is that I'm your ex-wife.
Don't worry about that, though. I'm not asking you to do this for her for free, okay? I'll give you something in return for your kidney, so it'll be a fair deal.
You're going to give me something in return if I give her one of my kidneys?
If you do go ahead and give her a kidney, then I'll pay you. How does $5,000 sound?
Sorry, Joel, but I don't need your money. So no matter how much you offer me to do it, I'm not going to.
What?
Do you understand now what this means? This means I really do hate the both of you just that much. Yeah, I feel a little bad for Elaine right now, but I'm sure as hell not going to help her. So if you're not going to donate a kidney to her, then you'll have to watch as your wife withers away.
Are you kidding me? I'm offering you $5,000 right now and begging you to do this for us. I get that we're divorced now, but you were once my wife, Gwen. And as my former wife, you should be obeying what I'm asking from you.
What?
You can't say no to me. My words as your former husband are absolute here. I have the money on me right now, so you come here and take it before getting on that operating table.
What?
As the older sister, you should be willing to do whatever it takes to help Elaine. If you were to abandon your own family right now, then you'd be viewed as less than human. So you get here right now and give her one of your damn kidneys.
What sister are you even talking about? I don't have any sisters.
What?
I don't have a little sister anymore. 3 years ago, after I learned that you'd been cheating on me with Elaine, I made sure to cut ties to her right then and there. So you trying to persuade me into giving up a kidney for her because she's my little sister isn't going to work.
How can you say something so cold as that? Even if you cut ties to her, she's extremely sick now. Both of your parents passed away a long time ago, which makes you the only family she has left, right? Are you really just going to abandon her like this?
Yep, because she was the one to betray me first. She's the one that knowingly took you, my husband at the time, away from me. Which means I no longer have any sister worth risking my own life for.
Don't you give me that as an excuse. I'm sitting here asking you to please just donate one kidney and you're still refusing? If you don't come here and save her life right now, I'll never forgive you.
You think I care that you won't forgive me? We're not even married anymore, yet you act as though you're still my husband and like I still care about what you think. Maybe while you're there at the hospital, you should have a doctor take a look at your head. I'm sure they'll be able to diagnose something seriously wrong with your head.
No way!
Now, I'm tired of having to talk with you about something so meaningless to me, so don't you ever contact me again. All you are is just some coward who's too afraid to donate one of his own kidneys in order to save his wife. Goodbye. You're a real jerk, Gwen. Why won't you help me right now? Even Joel was trying to convince you to come here and help me, but you told him off as well. How about instead of bothering someone who has nothing to do with you guys, you handle that as a couple would? I think you're better off trying to convince your husband to give you a kidney than some rando. But I can't, Gwen. I can't even get a response from him anymore. What? I think Joel went and abandoned me. He told me that he would come to the hospital to visit me again today, but he still hasn't shown up. I got worried and gave him a call, but he wouldn't pick any of them up. Then when I was about to call him again, he sent me a text saying that he wants to get a divorce. Wow. So he's doing the same thing he did to me, to you now. I never thought that he'd actually go through with something like this, Gwen. I already have it bad enough knowing that both of my kidneys are trying to kill me right now, but having to hear that the one person I love wants to leave me? He's such a jackass. I understand how you must be feeling right now. 3 years ago, I felt the exact same way you feel now. I was already in the hospital having to battle an illness when I learned that my husband that never visited me wanted a divorce, and that he'd been cheating on me with my little sister. The despair I felt then was indescribable. I'm sorry, Gwen. Back then I was only thinking about myself and Joel and ended up hurting you so much. I'm really, really sorry. So please, could you come here and help me? You're the only one who hasn't fully abandoned me yet, right? Even if you want to apologize for all of that now, it's too late. I no longer consider you family or a part of my life. What? But Gwen, if you leave me for real, then I'll be all alone. Goodbye, Elaine. Good luck living with that illness of yours for however much time you have left. This is the outcome you get when you go and live a life all about yourself and not anyone else.
Gwen, let me inside your house right now. I was able to find my way all the way to your house after all, so let's live together again. Let's you and I go back to being a couple again.
What? You just got up and abandoned my sister and now you're wanting to get back together with me? How much more selfish can you possibly get, Joel?
Oh, come on, don't be so cold about this. Deep down, I know that you're really happy to hear that I'm back.
Bull crap, I'm happy you're back. I absolutely hate your guts, Joel. So don't you ever say such stupid nonsense about me again.
Did you know that hating someone is just another form of being interested in them? If you really do hate me as much as you say you do, then that means you have still not forgotten about me. In other words, you still do have some feelings for me, right? You still love me, don't you?
What?
I promise I won't ever betray you ever again, Gwen. Even if you become really sick again and end up back in the hospital, I promise that I'll be there for you. So come on, let's get married one more time.
Are you kidding me right now?
You're still single after 3 years because you've been waiting for me to come back to you, right?
I'm not single, though. I'm married to a new man now. So how about you shut your damn mouth right now and leave?
You're married? Wait, when did that happen? How could you have gotten married and not told me anything about it?
Huh? Why does it matter to you what I do after we got divorced, Joel? We're not a thing anymore, remember? That means I don't have to tell you anything about what I'm doing in my life.
Don't start joking around with me. Tell me, who's the guy you married? Tell me the name of the man who dared to lay hands on my woman.
You've already met with him before, actually. My husband was the doctor that told Gwen about her condition and that you ran into later in the hospital when you went to see her. He's the one who would be performing her surgery if she ever gets a donor as well. He was the doctor who took care of me when I was a sick patient in the past, after all.
What?
After he took care of me while I was recovering, we started to go out with one another, and we just got married last year.
You got married to that doctor?
He was the one who supported me through my journey to overcome all the terrible cards I'd been dealt. And even after being discharged from the hospital, I'd go back to him for a follow-up. That's where our relationship to one another really developed and how we eventually got married.
No freaking way! You actually got married to a doctor? I can't believe this right now!
He was telling me about you this past week, actually. He told me that you were so unwilling to give up one of your kidneys for your wife that you refused to come into the hospital anymore. And before that, you were asking him all these questions about when you'd be getting an insurance payout for Elaine if she passed away.
Wait, that had nothing to do with money, okay? To me, insurance and all of that is very important. And when I found out that Elaine didn't have any life insurance, I had to beg the company to let her on my insurance plan and get the doctor's help with that. But he refused to help me because he's such a stubborn jerk.
Don't start getting my husband involved in any of your insurance fraud schemes then. No wonder he refused to help you with that. Why would he ever want to do something like that for a man that could easily save his wife's life?
Hey, Gwen! Let's get back together, all right? I'm sure it was a long and tough journey for you to find that doctor after the divorce, but I didn't leave you because I hated you. I'm betting that you coming back to me will make you a much happier wife than you are with that doctor.
I'm not doing that. I already had to say no about giving up a kidney for my conniving little sister, and now I'm going to have to say no to getting back together with a cheating man like you. I'm never letting you or my sister ever waste any of my time or my body ever again. This is it, Joel. I am blocking your number forever now.
Wait, what?
Goodbye now. I really do hope that after you've divorced Elaine, you can find yourself a woman who makes lots of money and never gets sick. Though there's always a chance that you'd end up in a hospital bed next and have to waste away all by yourself.
That's never gonna happen to me.
But look at you. You're getting older just like I am. However, you haven't been taking any care of yourself at all and look like a whale. So it's only a matter of time until you have to do your time on the hospital bed.
But that's why I'm asking you to come back to me, Gwen!
But I'm not asking for you to come back to me, so bye-bye. I hope you can get your life back on track so that you're not next in line for one of those oh-so-scary surgeries. After all of that, Joel went and quietly walked off my property, and after taking some time to think things through, went back to the hospital to be with Elaine. He went there and poured his heart out, saying he was sorry for saying he wanted a divorce, and that he really wanted to stay with Elaine more than he first thought. However, after having heard about wanting to divorce her and come back to me, Elaine told him that he was the worst man ever, and that if he wanted her to forgive him, he'd have to donate one of his kidneys to her. That was her deal to him, a kidney for them both to remain together as a married couple. But Joel, feeling as though she was using the divorce as a weapon to force him into surgery, told her she was being unfair and that he'd never give her a kidney no matter what. Since then, those two have been having daily shouting matches in Elaine's hospital room about whether or not it's going to be a divorce or Joel donating a kidney. According to my husband, though, he said that pretty soon here security is going to have to kick Joel out of the hospital because their arguments are causing too much trouble for all the other patients. He also told me that the waiting list for a kidney transplant is very, very long, and so Elaine's only chance really is for Joel to donate. Because if he doesn't, there's a very high chance that Elaine will have to stay on dialysis forever, and that may lead to her having a sooner than normal death. Either way, I don't really care what happens with those two, and since I've never been in a situation as crazy as that one before, I can't really sympathize with Elaine anymore.
Mallory, this is your mother. You need to wire $1,000 into my bank account right away. And just to make myself clear, I do not mean today. I do not mean this week. I do not mean whenever you can get around to it. I mean right this very instant. What's the rush? I just sent you some money a week ago. What happened to all of that? It wasn't anywhere near enough. I need an additional $1,000 right away, and I don't want to hear any more lip from you about it. Get yourself to the bank right now and send me the money. If you don't, the transfer won't get cleared in time for this weekend. Okay, if you're demanding $1,000 from me on top of the money I already sent you, then you owe me an explanation. What's going on this weekend that you need $1,000 for? What are you going to spend it on? Not that you deserve to know, but fine. I just got a call from Carl a few minutes ago. He told me that he wants to bring his fiancée by the house to introduce her to me. Not just that, he wants to come over this weekend. Apparently Saturday is the only day for the foreseeable future where they're both free. Wait a minute, did you just say fiancé? You mean to tell me my little brother is finally getting married? Well, aren't you clever? You figured that out all by yourself? In any case, I need to buy an entirely new outfit before she gets here. This is the woman that my dear precious son is going to spend the rest of his life with. I have to do my best to leave a good impression on her. Wow, that's so great to hear. I remember when we would play together in the sandbox in the backyard, and now he's getting married. I want to meet the lucky lady too. When were they planning on being at your place? I'll try to get there around the same time as them. What on earth are you going on about? I don't remember inviting you. Quite the contrary, I would never allow a pathetic college dropout like yourself to be anywhere near my home when they come over. Huh? His fiancée is a graduate of the same medical school as Carl. And what's more, her parents are wealthy entrepreneurs who run their own hospital. When I looked up the name of the hospital, I was blown away. It's one of the biggest in the state. They have world-class experts in multiple fields practicing there. They must have enough money to rival Elon Musk. Well, that certainly is an impressive family background. But I'm not understanding what the connection is between her family being rich and me not being allowed to meet her. Naturally, you wouldn't. You're far too stupid to make such a simple connection. Your brother Carl is a genius. He graduated at the top of his class and is already a prominent doctor at his young age. Likewise, his fiancée is a brilliant medical expert and the heiress to her family's hospital. And what are you, Mallory? You're nothing. All you are is an idiot who couldn't even make it through one lousy year of college before quitting. Excuse me? Did I not make myself clear? You do not deserve to be in the same room as Carl and his fiancée. If anything, you don't even belong on the same planet. There is no reason to subject either of them to someone of your lowly stature. Yeah, I'm still not getting the connection here. What does my educational attainment have to do with my brother getting married? I'm his sister, aren't I? All I want to do is meet the woman who's going to become my sister-in-law. And what gives you the right to deny me that opportunity? Silence, you petulant wretch! I am your mother, and I forbid you to come. End of discussion. Now stop wasting my time with your immature antics and rush down to the bank. You need to send me $1,000 before they close. Don't you dare show your face at my house this weekend. I'll call the police on you and have you arrested for trespassing.
Yo, Mallory! Hey, I've got great news for you. I'm getting married. I bet you never thought you'd see the day, huh? So yeah, I was gonna bring her to the house to introduce her to Mom, and I'd really love for you to meet her too.
Congratulations, Carl. I'm really happy for you. You're a bit late, though. I actually just heard about your engagement from Mom. She said you're bringing her by the house this weekend, right?
Oh, you mean you already knew? Man, why'd Mom have to go and spoil it? Ah, well, what's important is that you know. Are you free this weekend? Can you come down to Mom's house too? That way you can both meet her at the same time. I don't know when we'll be able to come back to town next. We're both pretty busy.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry, Carl, but as much as I would love to come and see the two of you, right after Mom told me you were coming, she told me that I wasn't allowed to be there.
What?
Apparently she thinks I don't deserve to meet her because you guys are both doctors and I dropped out of college. She also did a bit of digging into your fiancé's family, which only added more fuel to that fire. She's not just a doctor, she's a doctor who also happens to be the heiress to a wealthy family. Mom also called me stupid and idiot and told me that I don't deserve to live on the same planet as you.
I don't believe this! Is she still going on about that? How much longer is she gonna keep giving you crap about not finishing college?
It's not even about college or anything. She'd still treat me like this if I got a PhD. Ever since we were kids, you were always her favorite. You always got great grades. You had a ton of friends. You were great at sports. And now you're a graduate of a prominent medical school and working as a doctor.
My success doesn't give her the right to treat you like you're less than me, playing favorites with her own children. What is wrong with our mom, Mallory?
I don't know what's wrong with her, but she clearly thinks you're the best thing that's going right for her. I hear she's constantly bragging about you. You remember that necklace you bought her for her birthday? She went around to all the neighbors to show it off. She was like, "You remember my precious son Carl? You know, the elite doctor making tons of money? Check out this necklace he bought me. It must have cost him a fortune."
She knows exactly how much it costs. She was the one who was constantly pestering me to buy that thing for her. She does that all the time, too. She'll find something she wants online and constantly beg me to buy it for her. Then when I finally break down and do it, I never hear from her again until she finds the next thing she wants.
At least she tells you thank you when you get her stuff. She typically throws away the stuff I get for her. After sending me a barrage of vulgar texts telling me what an awful gift it was, mind you.
My God, Mallory, I think we have the deep misfortune of being born to a soap opera character.
Right? I mean, her favoritism is so over the top that it's almost funny.
I mean, really, who gives their kids crap over not going to college? She should see the research on how far the cost-effectiveness of university education has plummeted over the last few decades. About the only people who should go to college are people like me who need to go to get certified. And besides, you're doing plenty well for yourself even without having a college degree.
Yeah, and that's just not enough for our dear mother. She only loves us to the extent she can brag about us, and my lack of a college degree makes it harder for her to do that, I suppose.
She ought to be ashamed of herself. I'm embarrassed for her, honestly. Okay, so forget about her. We'll have to arrange for some other time for you to meet my fiancé. Do you know what your schedule looks like for the next few weeks? Let me know. One of us could always take the afternoon off to come and visit you.
No, I would hate for you to have to take time off because of me. I mean, an afternoon off for you would cost you enough money to buy a sports car, wouldn't it?
Okay, that is an exaggeration. I don't make that much money.
Maybe not, but I'll bet your fiancé has enough money in her account to buy an entire car company. Anyway, I'll send you my schedule. And if there's a conflict, I'll be the one to take time off, okay? Goodness me, Carl's fiancée was such a fine young lady. Everything about her was impeccable. The way she walked, the way she talked, it all shows that she's a well-educated girl from a high-class family. To think a girl as fine as her is going to be my daughter-in-law. It's like a dream come true. It sounds like you approve of her. That's good to hear. She does seem like a nice girl, doesn't she? Nice doesn't even begin to describe her. Don't insult her with your limited vocabulary. Carl says they're going to have the wedding sometime within the year. I can't wait. It's going to be the best day of my life. Me too. I'm going to have to make sure to keep my schedule open. Did he give you a rough idea of when the wedding was going to be? The sooner I know, the easier it will be for me to get time off. Yes, he told me when the wedding is going to be. Okay. Are you gonna, tell me when it is? Under no circumstances whatsoever. There is no place at your brother's wedding for you, so don't bother taking time off of work. You can just go and do whatever menial tasks they usually make you do. Really? Yes, really, and I think you know why. You were too stupid to get through college, but please tell me you're not stupid enough to make me explain myself here. I think I have a pretty good guess. It's because I dropped out of college, right? Right you are, Mallory. Both the bride and groom are elite doctors who graduated from elite universities. That means the wedding guests will all be similarly elite, educated, wealthy people. There definitely won't be any other pathetic failure dropouts there besides you. It would be humiliating for you to be in such high-class company. It's for your own good that you stay home. I don't think Carl is implementing a college degree requirement for attendance at his wedding. Not to mention, I am his sister. But that's the reason you're telling me I can't come, huh? That's awfully petty and stupid. Their wedding is going to be quite a spectacle. Everything is going to be top-notch, from the decorations in the chapel to the live music during the reception. It will be the kind of event that you have to be highly educated to even understand how incredible it is. So it would all be a total waste on you. I can't allow Carl to waste any of his hard-earned money on someone who doesn't even know caviar from chicken nuggets.
Whatever, I give up. You won't tell me the date for the wedding? Fine. I'll just go to work on that day like usual. Would that make you happy?
Nothing you ever do could possibly make me happy. But I am relieved, though, to know you at least have the common decency to not ruin your brother's wedding. Mallory, are you there? I have a question for you.
What do you want, Mom?
What are your plans for tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I'm gonna go into the office tomorrow, actually. It's a really busy time of year for us. Basically, everyone's putting in extra hours.
Excellent!
Excellent? Why?
If you're going to be at work, that means you won't be able to sneak your way into the wedding.
Huh?
Don't tell me you forgot. Tomorrow is Carl's wedding. I know I told you not to come, but I thought for sure you'd try some underhanded way of coming against my wishes. I just wanted to make sure you were still planning to obey my orders.
Yes, Mother dearest, as I told you before, I am not going to the wedding tomorrow. What did you think, I was lying to you about working?
I wouldn't put it past you. You were oddly compliant when I told you not to come to Carl's wedding. I expected you to throw a tantrum like a spoiled little brat, but you simply gave in immediately. You can't blame me for being suspicious.
I'm kind of done fighting with you anymore, Mom. There's no point in it. No matter what I say or do, you'll always look down on me because I dropped out of college. Meanwhile, you've showered Carl with love and affection for as long as I can remember. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste my breath on you anymore. You're free to think of me as you wish.
I don't need your permission to see you for what you are. Now, I'm only going to tell you this one more time, so pay attention. You are not welcome at your brother's wedding tomorrow. Enjoy your menial, unskilled labor.
Tomorrow? What are you talking about? My wedding was yesterday.
What?
So you can stop obsessively telling Mallory not to come to my wedding tomorrow, because my wedding isn't tomorrow, it was yesterday.
The wedding was yesterday? Wait, why are you saying my wedding? This isn't Mallory, is it? Who are you?
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to startle you. It's me, Mom, your pride and joy, Carl. I happened to drop by Mallory's place just now and saw that you were talking by text, so I thought I'd borrow her phone for a moment.
Is it really you, Carl? What are you doing at Mallory's house?
I wanted to thank her for all her hard work in putting together the wedding yesterday. Thanks to her, we had the best wedding we could have possibly asked for, so I came by with a little gift to show my appreciation.
Carl, I don't understand. What do you mean the wedding was yesterday? That's impossible. Your wedding is tomorrow.
Sorry, Mom. The truth is, I need to apologize. I told you the wedding was tomorrow, but that was a lie.
A lie? You lied to me?
I did, Mom. The wedding was yesterday. I thought about it for a long time and decided that I didn't want you at the wedding. So I made a fake invitation just for you with the wrong date on it.
No, that can't be. What are you thinking, Carl? I am your mother. You can't have a wedding without the mother of the groom. Why would you do such a terrible thing to me?
It's simple. I wanted Mallory to come, but you were bound and determined to keep her away. I thought about just ignoring you and inviting her anyway, but I didn't want to have to deal with the chaos that could cause at our wedding. So I had a choice to make. Have my mother at my wedding or have my sister at my wedding. Couldn't choose both of you, and so I chose Mallory.
That's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you choose me over her? Who was it who raised you,
Mallory did. That's why I invited her and not you.
What?
I know it couldn't have been easy for you being a single mother and all, but even still, you were always so caught up in work and everything else you wanted to do that you never paid any attention to us at all. Anytime you did talk to us, it was typically to complain about the fact that we even existed. You'd be like, if it weren't for you two, my life would be so much easier.
Did I say that?
Yeah, all the time. And whenever you got like that, the only person who was there to cheer me up was Mallory. She always had to take charge of things around the house while you were away at work or the bar. I'd say that Mallory changed more of my diapers than you ever did.
That's not true. I gave you all the love that you could possibly want from a mother. Especially you, Carl. I loved you more than anyone else in the entire world.
Love? That wasn't love. You treated me like some kind of a trophy. Only problem was you didn't earn me.
I don't understand.
You only started bragging to your friends about me after I started doing well in school. I'm pretty sure the first time you ever said the words "I love you" to me was after I got the best score in the class on a test in middle school. After that, you pulled out all the stops to spoil me. Up until then, it was nothing but, why did I have to get stuck with you two brats? And I wish I had never married that jerk and had you two. It was quite the change in attitude, and practically overnight.
I don't think I ever said anything that terrible.
Believe me, you said much worse to us. Then you started bragging about things I hadn't even done yet. You told your friends I got accepted into the private school you made me apply for before I even took the test. Then you told them that I was going to go to med school before I even decided on my undergraduate program. It was all because you wanted to show me off to everyone. To you, I was nothing more than an expensive car or luxury designer handbag.
Carl, how could you think that way about me? All I ever did was believe in your potential. And I was right, wasn't I? Your sister had to drop out of college because she couldn't handle it, but you went all the way.
You think she wanted to drop out of college? She had to. That was around the time you signed me up for the entrance exam at that private high school, right? It was obvious that I wasn't going to be able to pass on my own, so she quit college to take a job as a private tutor. She did that specifically so she could get all the practice materials that only professionals have access to. That's the only reason I was able to get into that school.
Wait, she was a tutor? I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. You never took any interest in her career at all, did you? Do you even know what she's doing right now?
Well, I suppose she's still working as a private tutor?
Meh, wrong. She changed jobs years ago. She's working as a wedding planner now.
She is?
Yeah, she quit working as a tutor as soon as I passed the entrance exam for med school. She said that she wanted to finally do what she had always wanted to do. And it's thanks to her that our wedding yesterday was such a massive success. Me and my wife are always on call, so we never had much of a chance to sit down and plan anything. So she communicated with both of us by text and did most of the planning all by herself. And get this, she wouldn't even take a commission. It was all I could do to get her to accept compensation for the time she spent planning everything for us.
That was quite generous of her.
Generous doesn't begin to describe the kind of person she is. Mallory has always been there for me in middle school, high school, university, and even to this very day. So how could I have a wedding without her?
Well, be that as it may, I am still your mother. There's no justification whatsoever for you to have your wedding without me. That was completely out of line, young man.
You know what else is out of line? The way you talk down on Mallory for dropping out of college when you dropped out of high school.
What?
That's right, Mom. I know all about it. You did your best to hide it, but I know that you dropped out of high school the very day you turned 16.
How?
Grandma told me back when we were kids.
She told you? Why would she do that to me? She had no business telling you.
Don't change the subject, Mom. This is about you and your behavior. So do you have anything to say for yourself?
Carl, you have to understand.
No, I really don't. You told Mallory she wouldn't fit in at my wedding because she dropped out of college. But unfortunately for you, my actual criteria was a high school diploma or GED. Sorry, Mom, that means you don't qualify.
But...
And that's all I have to say to you, so I'm gonna give Mallory her phone back now. Now, let me make one thing perfectly clear to you. You did this to yourself. You are not gonna give Mallory any crap about me not inviting you to the wedding. That was my decision, and my decision alone.
Carl, wait, please. Please, can't we talk? Not by text. Let's talk on the phone, all right? I'm not angry at you for lying to me about your wedding, honest. All I want to do is talk to you for a little while. Won't you please answer your phone?
I don't feel much like talking to you right now. Actually, I'd prefer if you didn't call or text me for a long time after this.
No!
Goodbye, Mom.
Mallory, I need some more money from you. The money you sent me last month is already gone. From now on, I need you to send me $1,000 on the first day of every month. And don't be late. Are you serious? If you don't like it, then I'll just have to move in with you. Those are your two options, so make your choice. Hold it right there, Mom. What is the matter with you? I'm not sending you any money, and I am definitely not letting you live with me. I don't have any other options, though. Carl won't talk to me anymore. My plan is ruined. Your plan? I was planning on asking Carl and his wife to send me some money every month after they get married. They're both doctors, and her family is incredibly wealthy. They can afford a measly $1,000 a month. But Carl blocked my number before I got the chance to ask him. Wow, that is some plan, living off your son's success. The last time we spoke, he said that if I didn't start treating you better, that he would never speak to me again. He won't even let me meet my grandchildren. Can you believe that? After all that I've done for him, this is how he repays me? Ironic, isn't it? You poured all of your love and affection onto him, and then he ends up cutting off contact with you. I should have known better than to put my faith in him. Men are all the same. Carl abandoned me just like his creep of a father. That's why us girls have to stick together, right, Mallory? You'll never turn your back on me like Carl, right? I don't like where this is going. I'm sorry for being so cold to you all these years, darling, but now I finally see the truth. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm so proud to have a hard-working, trustworthy daughter like you. Let's put Carl behind us and live the rest of our lives together in peace and harmony. Sorry, Mom. No can do. I'm leaving the country next month. You are? Yep. Carl's wedding was my magnum opus. There's no way I'll ever top that, so now it's time for me to chase a new dream, becoming a success in another country. I've been going to a language school after work for the last several years. I'm fluent in French, Spanish, Italian, German, and Portuguese. The world is my oyster, and I'm gonna go find me some pearls. You mean you're going to leave me here by myself? You're all I have, Mallory. Then I guess you're out of luck because I've already bought my tickets. Well, when are you coming back? I don't know. I was thinking never, actually. Never? Have a nice life, Mom. Or don't. Either way, it makes no difference to me. Au revoir, adios, ciao, bye-bye. I blocked my mom's number immediately after that last text. Then 1 month later, I boarded my flight and set off for my new life. Carl tells me that Mom is still doing everything possible to get him to talk to her, but he just ignores her every time. She tried going to some of her relatives for support, but they all told her the same thing. You did this to yourself. Her troubles didn't end there, however. Remember how she had a nasty habit of bragging about things Carl hadn't done yet? Well, it turns out she had been telling the neighbors that her rich son and his billionaire wife were going to build a brand new house for her. Needless to say, that hasn't materialized yet. She's so embarrassed about everyone knowing she's a big fat liar that she barely even leaves her house anymore these days.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.